Hello. Happy Saturday. What a glorious June weekend this is turning out to be. I'm excited about it. And boy, do I have news about this Saturday crossword puzzle. So I did this puzzle yesterday evening. I've been finding the evening times, I just think better at night. And so as soon as they come out, I'm in Eastern time. So I do them when they come out at 10 p.m. And man, it's just good. It's been so great. So, anyway, my name's Katie. I do the New York Times crossword puzzle every day, and I share the solution here with you uh, because it's fun and may be helpful. So, let's go ahead and dive right in because this puzzle was not what I expected it to be, and it was also more fun than I expected it to be. So I'm going to turn on some music here and let's get started. Like I said yesterday, so I did crop this video so you don't have to see my you don't have to see the keyboard as I'm solving it. But I realized this view looks weird to start off with. However, it'll be cool when we get into it. So, Katie Hoody, thanks for an interesting puzzle for sure. All right, let's get her rolling. Okay, so right away, typical Saturday has a lot of long acrosses. So in that case, I try to, if I can't solve that one across right away, I try to get some of the downs just to get me started. The more I talk about doing these, I don't know why I do this. I very rarely have a good start in this northwest corner, but old habits die hard, I suppose. So I kind of just clicked around to see if anything was so clear. 19 right away, I was like, there's only one eye color that could fit 3 letters, and it's red. But I didn't want to commit. And so, foreshadowing, should have committed right away. Also, this one, I was like, oh, I feel like that should be Reddit or something, but glad I didn't go in that direction. And yikes. I think another Saturday where we have this like main column going to 8 down spans the entire puzzle. That intimidates me. So far, killing it here. I'm literally clicking through these like I don't know a single one of these. And so I'm just at this point looking for any kind of in that I can get, and it's often set on the stove while cooking. Timer, easy enough. Right off the bat, I thought, oh, maybe it's star, 10 down. I was right. But again, I didn't want to commit, and I should have. This is fun. Turnovers, but not crumpets. I knew that one right away. Stat. So a lot of Saturday, as we saw yesterday too, is like somewhat blind guessing until you get either on a roll or you get confirmation that something's very wrong. Of course, I don't know that. No help. Call for a pass. I was like, I don't know, maybe football? Finally, we know Renee Fleming. That is a for sure correct answer, so thank God. And score with some acid. Boy, we've been seeing this time and time again. Etch. The word etch is part of the fill, du jour this week. This was interesting. For a while, I thought maybe that man's name was Romeo, and I couldn't figure it out. It's not far from that, but Margaret Cho was also a pretty clear answer here. And I tried Chu, and maybe not. Support of a sort. we will start to see that that particular clue, 50 across, is going to tell us something's not right here. Oh, and Helen with the podcast. I still don't really know that one to this minute. I wanted to say like, oh, could this be like Osloan or something? Henry Louis Gates Jr., famous academic in race studies and all that stuff at Harvard. That one I knew for sure. And oh, now I get this clue. When we solve it, I'm just getting it now that I'm looking at it again. Okay, masses of kelp. For that one across, I was like, sea creature of some kind. And this one, I was like, okay, that's going to be multiple words for sure. So right now, I'm starting to feel like I am not going to solve this. Maybe I need to abandon ship. I'm glad I did not. I'm on to you. Nice try, wise guy. I'm on to you. Kind of what I wanted to say to the constructor of this puzzle. Attempt informally, too many options at this point. So I just tried to keep working my way through. The answer to this is good. Number 13 down might be the whole reason to solve this puzzle. That was a good clue. Also, this long, 37 across, which does mirror 8 down, right? So when you have an 8 down that spans the entire puzzle, you have to put that in at the exact place of the across as well. Those longer clues, they were good. They didn't make me mad. And with nothing to go on, it's easy to see it now that I've solved it, but I had no guesses at this point. So I put owl here right away, and thankfully that worked out. Also that Eubank Hall of Fame football coach, even with the name correct in the puzzle, I was like, that looks completely not right. So not super helpful there. Let's see. Some of these, I will say, I had to really think about for a while. Stories of college students, immediately I thought, oh, is this going to be dorm? And then I kind of doubted myself. So I went away from it, but you'll see, I was definitely on the right track. On storage units here, I was thinking maybe this is totes or boxes or something. It could be that direction, or it could also be, we've seen a lot of storage related stuff for like computer memory. 46 down, and I can't see the clue right here. Yeah, some vacation rentals. 46 down is condos. I kind of figured, well, let's just take a chance. There's not too much else that it could be. And celebratory opening. Let's party. Oh, yeah. Aha! I felt like that could be the sub clue for this whole puzzle. Aha! When something clicks into place. Aha! Got it. Or so I hear. That's the one thing about this puzzle that stands out to me. We have a lot of phrases that are well beyond 2 or 3 words. And that can be where, ooh, this is a great guess. Croat. It's like, it's gotta be. There's nothing else. And the answer here is very clearly 58 across is going to be or. And I'm like, but where do you see or in an arboretum, which is like a greenhouse? Except that when you look at the word arboretum, or is in the middle of it. So that's how you see it there. And that's Roger. Okay, got it. Helen with the podcast is going to do me no favors. Like, I have no answer for it. And this is Seoul. I'm going to turn my light on over here because it's threatening rain outside and it's very dark. And I'm still... Oh, and they said let there be light. Okay, I had no idea there is such a thing, but 60 across, in case you're looking at it and you're like, that's obvious. It is. It's Sea Dragon. I've never heard of such a thing. So as soon as I saw there, I was like, don't go there. And so I started working backwards on that down 8, that long one. I filled in there because I knew. And Lotto, there we go. And so I knew it was going to be go there. I didn't know what the beginning of the phrase was going to be. So I worked from that, and it bought me enough clues to kind of keep moving forward, which is really all you need. 45 across. I didn't know if that was an I or some kind of bar. Just so you know, it is in fact I. Not enough here. Resonates beautifully. I knew this was going to end in S. And fixture at a chocolate factory, I figured it has to be that. You know, like what else would it be? Unless you're in Willy Wonka and it's a chocolate river. Yeah, lions and zebras both have manes. I was like, okay, that's annoying somehow, but yeah, no, true. And so here I start to see, this is like ever go there, even go there. Still don't know the beginning of that though. Ringo. So I decided to go with ever go there or like never go there. And was like, okay, don't ever go there. I felt like this is aggressive, but okay. And allies share one. That would be enemy. Oh, yeah, the correct answer is enemy. For some reason, I thought I was typing in credo. I will figure out that that makes no sense and is thoroughly incorrect because we know mains has to be the right answer. And so sitting here with that 24 across feels embarrassing. What the heck is a cremo? Yeah, so initially, get out of here, I thought was shoe. In fact, no, it's whoa, like, no way, whoa. In which case, then, we have, I'm starting to see something work, right? And the phrase would be not my finest work, but this calls up a problem with down 8. 8 down. Should I not? So, not my finest work. Awesome to get those long ones. Arena would be field. Typically they may include area as well for that. This looked very questionable. Call for a pass. And here I was like, for a minute I thought maybe this is oldest, but it is widest. I didn't even know that was a thing in tracks. But an attempt is a swing if we have a W there. That makes sense. And then we can go ahead and fill in star, which we suspected was right in the first place. And widest absolutely works. And here we go. My favorite answer, nerd alert. I feel like that's the entire theme of this activity. And Great Lake, one of the quintets. Of course, they clued it to make you think music, but we are talking about the Great Lakes. Website. Yeah, so here I'm like, hold up. Cremo is not a thing. This one was killing me because I kept thinking dad's pop, like grandpa, grandpapa, Gramps, you know, something along those lines. and I was wrong. So I knew this was going to be cannon, right? But I thought it was a t-shirt cannon, and I knew that was awkward, but I didn't have another answer. And so just to make some movement up here, I left it in there, knowing that I was probably going to have to fix that. Act. Yeah. And break the bank. These are not going to come because T is not the right start to that answer. So we'll make more progress when I get that corrected. Which I do, and I'm also proud to report I did this whole puzzle without appealing to a higher power. You can see it's 11:30 when I'm doing it. So something's going on here, but I think, okay, that's going to be an S, and maybe this is a maps. We map things out, and that made sense. Although it made it almost impossible not to continually see Amanda in this one across, which obviously was not going to be right. And bulb that becomes translucent. What is happening? Also in 17 across, all I can see is paint. And so I was thinking, like, what in the world could that be? That's not the whole story. Wet paint is what my brain was saying. Now, here might be, so one down right from the beginning, destination for a day trip. Right away, I pulled back into the deep gray cells and I was like, I think that's Capri, but it's not going to be that with a T in it. And so I had to let that sit. And I did go ahead and say, yeah, this has to be dorm. And those two phrases right there would be keys. It would be OK's 27 across, which could make 28 down keys, and resonates instead of rings, it sings. And so we get spare keys here. So constant progress we're making. I think it said we're 3/4 of the way through. At leisure, saw getting turned on, say. I knew this was going to be power, but I didn't know how. And fair weather followers, I kept thinking like snow something. Snow days, snow banks. I thought it was very weather focused. This was a, let me see. I definitely didn't know that. That's a tough clue. So here I'm like, hang on. This is not looking right. And I think this might be where I backtrack and take out T from 15 across. There's a good long time where I'm just clicking through. That's kind of my nervous solution thing, is like if I don't have the answer right away, I just keep clicking. Got to, I kept thinking like eat at. And obviously T was steering me in the wrong direction, so it was really hard to see any possibility here at the moment. And we just keep thinking. Yeah, so finally I'm like, hold up. What if this is air cannon? That makes a lot more sense. That allows me to put Capri in, or at least try it. And then I see one across, and I'm like, hold up. This... Nope. Yeah, I go ahead and commit to red there. And break the bank. I'm thinking, oh, that's maybe... Yeah, ID'd. And that's a road. So I was thinking about a road as I went back down to see if that would make sense. I'm like, this looks a lot like cream soda, which Dad's Pop, I mean, Dad's is the brand. So Would I have preferred it to be root beer because that's what we know dad's for? Yeah. But I don't run the show. This bulb that becomes translucent, so annoying. But this is how I'm looking at like 24, like hold up. Something is not right. Do I see this here? Now that I've solved it, I can see it. Yeah. So here I'm like, hang on. I think this is erode, which does make sense. Yep. And now it's really hard not to see cream soda. And that is plot point is 17 across. That's not the whole story. So thank God. All of that makes total sense. But here I'm like, hold up. And then I realize that's been sitting there like a thing. And it's just straight up a mistake. And so now I can guess Snopes. Which, who submits to that site anymore? Okay, this becomes onion. And I'm like, he had me thinking light bulbs, and wrong kind of bulb. And 21 down clearly is computer storage, bytes. I'm not sure what to make of that. Me either, including right now. So I think, okay, this has to be power. But I keep getting like 2 E's. I'm like, is this read 43 across? Read Eubanks? I'm like, yeah, but then that gives me snore in 31 down. So here, that's a fun little riddle answer that I just like, aha, I had that moment. An anchor position. I kept thinking like in a relay, but clearly this would be an anchor of a newscast. That is going to give me no help. But I do think here, I'm checking kind of to see, get down. Funny. I don't remember what I was thinking here. Oh, I think I was considering like, how does 44 become something like plunge, which obviously is too long for this, but I thought put it in. I put desk in here. That is helpful. And sleek becomes helpful because I'm like, no, this is not a thing. But, you know, one way to get down is to first guess that this is maybe power tool. I'm getting there. And now I'm starting to think like this for sure has to be snow. I just don't know what the second word is going to be. Punch. I kept thinking, is this like an actual punch or is this like a drink? I'm not sure what to make of it. It's odd. Like this whole puzzle, really. But that does cement power tool. Now, I don't know who the analyst is, but get down. I'm like, okay, it's going to be, I think, a vowel that goes in here after G. You boogie. Weeb. What is that? What is that name even? But we get snowbirds. And then we have solved the puzzle. So there we have it. It did end up, and I came back over here just to show the puzzle. There's nothing particularly tricky here. It's just that you're working with long answers that have a lot of words and some idiomatic phrases that are tough to see. But I do want to go back to this screen for just a second because you will see, I mean, it's nice that I preserve my streak. I expect to do that at this point. But another day with the average being significantly faster than my usual average. So in terms of the numbers this week, we are still on fire, and I'm happy about it. So this felt pretty typical to me for a Saturday. I like Fridays and Saturdays because they are a good challenge, and I'm never exactly sure what to expect. But this to me was a very usual Saturday, nothing too exciting. Although I did like Nerd Alert. It's still not as good as Class A more from Thursday, but I like Nerd Alert. I liked it a lot. So I think maybe that's the whole reason to solve the puzzle. Anyway, tomorrow is Sunday, which I am anticipating highly, and I will solve that live here. So until then, enjoy the weekend. So pretty out there. And I'll see you tomorrow for the Sunday. We always love the Sunday. Have a good one.